Hey guys, what's going on? It's Epic Shooter 01 here, and today I'm going to be bringing you guys the first episode to my Photoshop tutorial series. And before we start, I'm going to let you guys know that I'm not used to these type of commentaries, so I might screw up a bit, and I might get you confused a little bit, so you might want to rewatch the video several times if you are confused. So with that being said, let's just continue with the video. Okay, so before we start, please make sure that you download the image that's in the description because that will make things a whole lot easier for both of us. And I'll just use that image to use for this tutorial and to practice with it and all that. Alright, so now that you have the image downloaded, hopefully, well, you'll be ready to go on with the tutorial. Today I'm gonna be showing you guys how to make this type of logo. Just wait for it to load. This type of logo right here. As you could tell, it looks rather attractive. It looks rather neat, and it was actually really simple to make. Okay, so that's what I'm gonna show you how to make today. And yeah, and yes, I am going to show you how to make these types of logos as well. But that will have to be in another episode. Alright, so now let's just begin. And to make things easy for us, I decided to turn on touch indicators, so whenever I say press this or press that, you'll know where and what I'm talking about. And yeah. Alright, so now let's start with the blank document. And to access that, you have to press the plus sign. Right here for width and height, put 800. This is appropriate size if you want to set this as a profile pic in any type of site actually. And yeah, so once you put 800 for both width and height, just press OK, and you'll be greeted to this screen. Okay, so now you're right here in your blank document, and you want to get your letter now. Okay, so you could use any type of letter. For me, I'm going to be using E since it's the first letter in my username. And to make this easy, convenient, simple, and fast, to get your letter, what you will want to do is go over here to this and symbol, go to text, and right over here, what you would want to do is scroll down and choose the Myriad Pro font, the one that's shaded right now. Just choose that one, and once you chose that one, just make the thing bigger by dragging one of these circles right here. Let's make it bigger to the point where you can actually see it. And right over here, what you would want to do is just tap on it and just put the letter that you want. Alright, so now that that's done, just go over here and press that to make it bold. And that's what you want to do to make this, to make the logo look more sort of noticeable and attractive and stuff. And yeah. Alright, so now what you would want to do is from the top right corner, drag your finger, and as you could tell, both the width and height are increasing, which is why I want you to drag it from the top right corner, so both the width and height increase at the same time. And just try to make it big to at least 750%. Doesn't have to be exact, but it does have to be near 750%. Alright, so now that you have that height and width, you just want to have the letter be in the middle as possible. Alright, so let's see, that looks, yeah, no, well, that's good enough. Yeah, that is good enough. Alright, so now that the letter is 750% of both width and height, and it's in the middle, then you are ready to proceed to the next step. So you just press the check, and there you have it. As you could tell, it's right there. And yeah. Okay, so now it's time to put that image that I told you guys to download in the description. Alright, so that image, to access it, you just go over here to this image with the plus sign over here. Just tap that, And for you guys, that image would most likely be under downloads, but for me, it's gonna be under this folder because I set it there. But just find the image and just tap on it and press add. And right over here, just press the check mark because what you would want to do is something that will actually help you out a lot. Alright, so just make sure that that image layer is selected. So just tap on that just to make sure. And go right over here and change the opacity down to at least 40. Alright, as you can tell, the opacity is set down, and the only reason why we want the opacity set down that low is so when we're actually changing the image size, we could actually tell where the soldier will be located on the letter. Alright, so now just remake sure that the soldier or that image layer is selected and press right here, and that's just to move the image. Alright, so now that you're here, just make the image bigger to make that soldier bigger, and just make the soldier big enough to where it covers up a little bit of the letter, but don't make it like humongous to the point where the whole letter is covered up and you can't tell what type of letter it is. So yeah, it just has to be a little bit bigger. It just has to be a little bit big, but not so big. Alright, so that looks good enough. Yeah, that looks good. So you could still tell that it's an E, even though the character is covering it up a little. And that's what you want. You just want the character to sort of cover up the E quite a bit, but not enough to the point where you can't even tell that the letter is a E or whatever letter you're using. All right, so that's good. So if you're satisfied with what you have, then you're just ready to go to the next step. So let's just press the check mark. Okay, so that's done. So let's just bring the opacity back all the way up to 100. And now let's just deselect that layer, meaning hide that layer. And to do that, just press on that circle thing right there. As you can tell, whenever you press it, it'll just hide it or just make it show up again. And again, how I said before, you just want to hide it. And now what you want to do is choose the letter layer. And now, over here on the left, you want to long press on that thing right there at the very top, right there with the touch indicators at, and you want to slide down without letting go. Okay, just slide down. Now over here, just go to the right one and choose the magic wand tool, and to select it, you just slide to the magic wand tool and then just let your finger go of the screen, and it will be selected. All right, and the reason why we want this is to select the letter. So all you have to do is just tap on the letter, and as you can tell, it's selected. Now make sure that you selected the letter layer, because if you let's say you have that, but you want to select the letter, and you have that right here, then yeah, it won't select the letter at all. As you can tell, that's why I wanted you to hide the image, so that will show up and you'll know that you didn't select the letter layer. Right, so the letter layer right there, so just again select the letter. Once that's selected, just make that soldier image just pop back up again, or show up again. And as you could tell, the letter E is highlighted with the dashes and stuff, and you can tell it's moving. And yeah, so now just go over here to the left again, scroll down back to the magic wand tool, but scroll to the right and choose the brush selection tool. Alright, so now go back over here to this layer section and choose the soldier image. Oops, did not mean to do that. Okay, so now you chose the soldier image, and now you just want to go over here back to the left where all your tools are at, and press this check mark, or that dash with check on it. And yeah, so now you're ready to select soldier. And to select soldiers parts, just go over here and just scribble over here on the edges, because that's the important part, just the edges right now. Just try to get as perfect as possible just to make it look really good. But if you just want to, practice with it a little bit, and you can just go all out crazy. But for me, since I already know how to do it, I'm going to try to make it as perfect as possible. As you can tell, here. And yeah, there we go. Okay. And now let's just make our brush bigger, and you can just change the brush size to whatever size you want. Yeah, that's good. Alright. So right here, just color that. And there we go. Yeah, that's good enough. Alright, so now over here. So again, you just select all of the soldier, and right here, the edges are really important. Just try to get as much as soldier as possible. Right, and I don't usually get the environment, but like if it's something like this with the exosuit, and this guy is like sort of detached and stuff. Well, for the sake of this video, I'm just gonna select everything all the way to over there, even though there's a little bit of environment in between the gap. But yeah, so I'm just gonna select all of this, and bam, there we go. And so now just select all of that to get rid of those dashes. And yeah, it looks good so far. So now just go over here, and again, just select all the edges as possible. Go over here. Okay, good enough. Alright, just select all of that. And ta-da! Wow, that actually looks good. Alright, so now time to get the muzzle. So let's just bring down our brush size a bit, and there we go. Yeah, that looks good. Hold up. Alright, that's good enough. Alright, so your soldier is selected. As you could tell, the dashes are now on the edges of the soldier as well. And now it's time to extract the soldier and the letter. Alright, so to do that, you just go over here to this pencil thing at the very top. Just press that and press extract. And there you have it, guys. There's your letter and the character popping out, sort of. Well, the character popping out of the letter, sort of. And yeah, it looks rather neat, doesn't it? Alright, so now this letter layer right here is useless now. So you could just deselect it, or you could just put it all the way down to the bottom so you know that it's not necessary anymore. And now you just want to get rid of those dashes, and there's two ways. One, by just clicking outside, or two, just going over here and just press deselect. Alright, so now it's time to finish up this logo. Alright, so now it's time to add the finishing touches. And for the background, to not have this, plain and stuff, and not, which we're going to add the same image again, or you could just choose an image from the internet and just put it as the background. But for this video, I'm just going to show you how to do it with the same image that was provided, which is that one. Again, just add it just as it is, because we would want to change the opacity again, except this time it could be 50. And yeah, so now we just have to move it to a point where the image is actually covering the whole background, like that. And also you could just move it around to see what you like. Okay, so you can move the image to whichever point you want. So like, let's say you want it like that right here, which showing a little bit of that, and yeah, just just right here at this point, it's just all up to you. You could just make it bigger to the point where it doesn't even show the soldier, or you could just make it big enough to where it does show the soldier and stuff. Yeah, it's all up to you. But for me, I just want this corner right over here. As you could tell, right there at the border. Just this corner right here showing. Now just bring the opacity back all the way up. And what you want to do is just long press that layer. Just drag it down. And there you have it. So now you could tell the soldier with the letter is now in front. And just to make it show up a bit more, just press the letter with the soldier on it. Go to right here where it says FX, which stands for effects. Press on glow and just choose whichever color you want from here. And for me, I'm just going to go with a plain white. As you can tell, it's a little bit more noticeable, but we want it to be noticed a little bit more. And to do that, I just usually go over here to that other image that's in the background. Go back to effects, choose Gaussian blur. I just changed the blurriness to 10. Oops, god dang it, to 10. Check, and as you can tell, it's even more noticeable than before. And you are now basically done with your logo. As you can tell, it looks really nice. It looks awesome. It looks amazing. And yeah. Okay, so now it's just time to save it. And over here, and to save it into your gallery, all you have to do is just press this up top, press save to gallery, go down over here and choose PNG, because with the PNG image, let's say you upload it to your Twitter, or you tweet it out, and you download it, or someone downloads it, then with the PNG, they'll have the same quality of an image as you have of the logo, compared to a JPEG, where like it actually decreases the quality a bit. So that's the only reason why I'm changing it to a PNG. Then choose the logo, and then just press OK. And now it's saved to our gallery. So now we just go over here to Photos, or whichever app you use to have your photos in, and there you have it. There it is. It looks amazing, doesn't it? Alright, so I'm pretty sure that got you confused a bit, and you would have to go back into the video and, you know, rewatch it several times. I'm really sorry about that. I'm not used to these type of commentaries, as I stated before. But yeah, so I'll just see you guys later with a new episode, and that is all I really have to say right now. So yeah, so enjoy your new logo, and peace.